We did it. We made it. We're all the way at the end of our January Pilates reset. I cannot believe that it's finally here. Thank you so much. Whether this is your very first time joining me on the mat or you've been along for the entire ride, either way, so happy that you're here. We're going to round out our 10 days with our full body mat workout, but we're going to do something a little bit different today. It's going to be Pilates Reformer inspired, so a lot of the same moves that we would do on a reformer, especially a classical reformer, and just transferring them onto the mat. So it'll be a little bit funky, but I think you'll have a lot of fun. So let's get started laying back on our mats. Roll on down with control. Big breath in, maybe center yourself on your mat here. Just go arms overhead for just a quick second. We're gonna swivel them around by the sides. Come long. Do a little bit of pelvic lift, just warming up our spine. Inhaling as we open up the back body. Exhale as we drop it back down. One more. Inhale. Rounding up, articulating back down with control. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring our arms long. Feet are going to come up into a tabletop position. Normally, we would go right into our hundreds from here, but because we're on the reformer today, we're actually going to start with our footwork. So bring your knees to about hip width, or knees to about shoulder width apart. Heels are together, toes are apart. You're going to lengthen your legs out, come back in, and you're lengthening up at an angle as opposed to going straight out in front of you. That's going to be way harder on your back. Lengthening up at an angle, coming back in. Inhaling as you lengthen, exhale as you come in, trying to keep your heels together the entire time. And really using your belly here to control the movement of your legs. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. From here, we're going to move to our next position on our foot bar if we were doing footwork. Feet are going to come together. You're going to wrap your toes around an imaginary foot bar. So you're stretching through the top edges of these feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it home. We're going to do 5 of these. Try not to let our pelvis rock up off the mat. Inhaling, exhaling. From here, our next position, if we were doing footwork, would be to flex our feet. Again, knees are together, heels are together, big toes are together. Feet are flexed firmly back toward your face. Lengthen out. Ooh, this is the hardest one to keep your heels together in, I feel like. My heels want to come apart so badly. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale. And then we would move to a tendon stretch. So we're going to lengthen our legs all the way out, and then we're going to flex and point through our feet, almost like we were doing a calf raise, but lying down. So extend our feet out. You could be in that Pilates V again. We're going to extend our heels, point our toes. Extend the heels, point, extend, point, extend, and point. Bring it all in. Give yourself a big hug. Now we're going to go into those hundreds that we're so fond of. So let's roll our head, neck, and shoulders up and start pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, and exhale. Inhaling, thinking about expanding our ribs as we exhale, as we expand our ribs as we inhale, and trying to get all of the air out as we exhale. Even though this is a warm-up, before anything else, this is a breathing exercise. So you really want to make sure that you're utilizing your breath here. Inhaling, exhale. Inhale, exhale, 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 round. Right, everything in. So our arms go long. Feet are going to come up to a 90-degree angle. We are going to go into a roll over from here. So we're going to inhale, exhale, roll ourselves over. Have your toes get as close to the floor behind you as you possibly can. Feel that stretch through your hamstring. Roll all the way back to that 90 degrees. Inhale. Exhale, roll over. Use your hands to push your hips back, up and back. control yourself back down. Inhale here. Exhale over, over, over. Maybe your toes get a little bit closer to the floor each time. Feeling that stretch again through the hamstrings, through the rounding of that low back. Back to start. Last one. Inhale here. Exhale over, over, over. My toes are touching now, so I'm going to flex my feet, deepening that stretch. And I'm going to roll back, back, back with control. My feet come back into that tabletop position. I'm going to hug my upper arms to my body, bending at the elbow. So now my fingers are pointing up towards the sky, even though my elbows are long by my waist. I'm going to roll my head, neck, and shoulders up, and they're going to stay up throughout this entire process. I'm going to lengthen my arms and my legs, open, close my legs, bend my knees, bend my arms. Lengthen everything. Open, close. Knees, arms. Lengthen everything. Open, close. Knees, arms. And if you want a little extra, you can float your hands on the mat so you're not coming all the way to the ground. Open, close. Bend, bend. Two more. Everything out. Open, close. Bend, bend. Last one. Everything out. Open, close. Open, close. Open, close. Bend those knees. Bend those arms. Relax down to the mat. Go ahead and lengthen your legs away from you. Lengthen your arms out behind you. Give yourself a big stretch. All right. Flex your feet behind you. On an inhale, bring your arms up towards the sky so you're sinking your shoulders back into your back. Big inhale here. Exhale, we're going to roll over, 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 up and over our toes. Just do 3 little pulses here, stretching past your toes. I'm going to shift myself back onto my mat. I'm going to separate my legs to just wider than my mat. My arms are coming directly in front of me like I'm a little zombie. We're going to go into spine stretch forward from here. So I'm inhaling. Exhale, I'm reaching my fingers past my toes. My belly is coming back behind me. It's almost like somebody has a hook around my waist and they're pulling me back and I'm trying to get away from them. So inhale, exhale, let someone hook you back, back, back as you stretch your arms forward. Come back up. Inhale. Stretch yourself forward, forward, forward. Come back up. Let's bring our legs together. We're going to go into something that's called back rowing on the Reformer. This is usually a more advanced exercise, but we're going to break it down so it shouldn't be too difficult. We're going to start with our hands fist bumping each other right on top of our chest. I have my palms facing my heart here. So palms, fist bump, hands are touching my heart. I'm going to point my toes here. I'm going to inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, I'm going to round through my belly like I just got punched in the gut. I'm rounding through my belly as low as I can go today. I'm going to separate my arms out. Pivot so my palms are facing behind me. Press myself forward as my hands come behind, almost like I'm trying to clap my hands behind myself. I'm going to go wide, wide, wide like I was swimming. Reach past my toes. Stack everything back up. So there's a lot of steps to it, but it's easier once you break it down. So we're inhaling here. Hands are on your chest. Exhale, round your back. Open your arms. Pivot so your palms are now pressing behind you. Push back as your chest goes forward. Go wide, wide, wide with your arms until you come all the way back to your toes. Stack yourself back up. We're gonna do one more here. Rounding through that spine. I'm pulling my arms apart so they're in a capital letter T. Palms pivot to the back. They press against my imaginary wall as my chest goes forward. I'm going to round through my shoulders until they're passing my toes. Stack yourself back up. And that's a lot on your shoulders, which is why we're doing this without weights. We're going to come to a 90-degree angle. So we have a degree right here, 90-degree angle. We're going to pivot just like 3 inches back with a flat back, so just a little bit. We're going to bring your arms up overhead, stretch up, 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 touch your toes, come back up to that 90 degree. So we're leaning back like 3 inches. We're going to stretch our arms up as we come to a seat. We're stretching forward, 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 past our toes, back up. One more. We're pivoting back, flat back. We're going to reach our arms up. We're going to come forward, 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 past our toes, back up. Shake out your shoulders. From here, we're going to go into front rowing. So if we were on a reformer, we would have been facing the back of the reformer. Then we would have swiveled around, and then we'd be facing the front of the reformer. We're going to have our arms are right by our chest, right next to our heart almost, like we have little T-Rex arms. We're going to inhale, bring our arms up towards the sky. Exhale, tap the ground. Inhale, come all the way up, up, up. Circle around to the side, side, side. Back to that starting position. We're going to inhale, go up. Exhale, touch the ground, growing taller, taller, taller. Come back up. Circle around, around, around. Back to those T-Rex arms. One more. Inhaling up. Exhale, growing taller as we bring our hands to tap the mat. Come back up. Circle around. Bring your hands back to start. Now we're going to bring our hands to the ground right next to our hips. Almost like if we were to press, we would be able to lift our hips up. Let's flex our toes here. And make fists with our hands. We're going to inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, we're going to drag our hands next to our body. Press as far out as you can go, trying to get all the way to your toes. Pressing yourself forward, 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 like someone has a string and they're dragging you up. Arms go out to the side, 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 back to your waist. So inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, drag your hand. You can hear my hands dragging across the mat as I round over. Then someone has a string. They're pulling me forward, 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 back up with a flat back. My arms go out to the side, back down. Last one. Sitting up tall. Press yourself forward, round. Your head comes down towards your knees. Your fists go past your ankles if you can. They come out, out, out. Someone's dragging you towards the sky. Hands go out to the side, 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 and back down to your waist. From here, let's crisscross our legs. And I'm going to come facing you just so you guys can see what I'm doing. We're coming to a crisscross. And you're going to bring your hands in like you're holding a big beach ball in front of you, or you have like a big circle that you're holding. Let's have our palms face down though. Our elbows are going to be slightly higher than our wrist. We're going to open up our arms. We're going to bring them back in. We're going to open. Inhale as we come together. And we want to make sure that we're not going like way, way back here. So from the side, you're not going way back here, stretching through all of these. You're trying to really maintain control directly in front of your chest. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale. We're going to open. We're going to pitch ourselves forward. And let me turn around again. We're going to pitch ourselves forward ever so slightly. We're going to bring our arms overhead. Our fingers, our forefingers and our thumb are going to make a little triangle. Come together. We're going to shave to the back of our head. Come back up. We've done this motion before in our arms class, in our upper body class earlier. We're going to inhale as we go forward. Exhale as we come behind our head. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Maybe we're just coming to the top of our head. Or maybe we come all the way to the base of our neck. Go ahead and relax your arms. Check out your shoulders. That was a lot. And let's come to having our feet flat on the mat in front of us. If you want, you can lengthen your left leg long. You don't have to though. I'm going to keep mine bent for right now. I'm going to pick just my right foot up off the mat. I'm going to straighten it, bend it, straighten, bend, straighten, leave it straight. Wiggle through my little wristy ankle bits there. And I'll walk my hands up towards my ankle. This is why I like to keep this foot planted. It just gives you a bit more space. It's a little bit harder to stabilize with your leg long here. We're gonna take a big inhale. Exhale, we're gonna pull our shin toward our forehead, rounding through our belly. We're gonna walk down our leg, trying to come all the way to lying down with a flat back. We're gonna round back up, walking back up our leg. Let's go down again. We're gonna stay down this time. Bring your hands to the mat, and we're gonna do 3 circles each direction with that thigh. Doing our leg circles. Controlling it from the hip and from the glute. Bring the hands back onto the thigh. Walk yourself back up, up, up. Pull your shin towards your forehead. Let's cross. Do a quick figure four. Press your chest in towards your thigh. And let's switch legs. So now our right foot is either long, you can have it long, or you can have it bent like I do. You can stretch your leg up towards the sky, bend it back down. I'm gonna hold on behind my knee here. Stretch it up, bring it down, stretch it up one more time. Wiggle through that ankle, stretching through those little joints that we don't think about a lot. We're gonna walk our hands up towards your ankle, pull it in towards your face. Come back up, we're gonna walk down our leg, rolling down our mat at the same time, coming to a flat back. You're gonna walk all the way back up. One more time, come back down. Arms go long. We're gonna do 3 circles each direction, pretty small circles, maybe about the size of like a dinner plate here. Bring it back to neutral. Hold on behind that thigh. Walk yourself all the way back up. Quick figure four. Press your chest into your legs. Bring that foot down. From here, let's do 2 quick exercises from our belly series. So we're gonna roll all the way back down. Bring your right knee into your chest. Your left leg goes long. Roll your head, neck, and shoulders up. We're gonna switch, 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 switch. Bring both knees in. Lengthen out, circle around. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, circle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, circle it in. Let's do one more. Circle it in. Relax. Bring your legs into feet flat on the floor here. We're going to start with a little bit of teaser prep. So I want arms going back behind you. Inhale, bring them right in front of your face. Exhale, I want you to roll up, up, up. Reaching past, like you're trying to present a present to somebody that you have in your hands. Let's roll all the way back down with control. One more time. Inhaling. And maybe as you come up, you float your legs up too. And as you go down, your feet come back down to the mat. We're gonna do that one more time. So trying to float our feet up off the mat as we roll up. Maybe you get up here, you're holding, and you want to straighten your legs, bend them. Straighten, bend, straighten, bend. Roll all the way back down with control. We're going to roll on over from here and come into a tabletop position. We're going to do a little bit of front splits action if we were on the reformer here. So let's bring that right knee. Is going to be bent, and you're going to bring your right foot in between your hands. Let's walk our hands up onto our knee here, pressing your hips forward on an inhale. Inhale here, exhale, reach for the ground, straighten out that leg. Inhale, you can walk your hands back up, stretching through the front of this left hip flexor here. And again, like you have a string pulling your chest forward. Hands come down. Press, press, press through your heel. Straightening your leg, getting a stretch through the hamstring. Let's do one more. Pilates loves 3s here. And maybe you bring one hand up. Maybe you bring both hands up. Maybe you bring your hands behind your head. Just working a little bit of your core here and a little bit of your stabilization. Find the mat. Press yourself back one more time. Let's come back to that tabletop position, and we're going to switch legs. So now my left foot is coming in between my hands. I'm walking my hands up to my knee, and I'm pressing my knee forward and my hip down towards my heel. I'm going to find the mat, straighten that front leg, getting a stretch through my hamstring. And I like to bring my hand back a little bit. I feel like it just makes me a little bit more stable. If you want to stay up here, you totally can. There's no right or wrong there. Bend that knee, hands back on top of it. Hip to ground, or think about hip to heel. Maybe you get a little bit of extension in that chest. Hands find the mat. Press yourself back, back, back. Last one, bend your knee. Find the top of it with your hands, or maybe one hand, both hands goes overhead. Maybe you bring your hands behind your head and you lean your head into your hands just a bit. Find the ceiling, find the mat, press yourself back one last time. Really feeling that stretch through the entire back body here. We're going to come back to that tabletop position. And we're going to go into a plank from here. So again, shoulders over, elbows over wrist. I'm going to have a slight bend in mine just because I tend to hyperextend. I'm going to step my foot back. I'm going to step my other foot back. We're just going to hold a plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring one knee in, bring your other knee in, swivel around to face the front of the mat, and you are all done. Thank you so much for joining me for 10 whole days, or even if today is your very first day of our January Pilates reset. It's been so much fun. We'll definitely be doing this again in the spring, and let me know in the comments what you thought. If there's any day that you really loved, if there were days that were harder for you, let's talk about it. See you next time. Bye.